Hello, Refuge students. This week we're talking about the question, what will hell be like? This is an interesting question, and we start off the lesson with a quote basically saying that the best of life on earth is a glimpse of heaven, and the worst of life on earth is a glimpse of hell. You see that hell is a place that you do not want to be. Hell is the worst of everything that we could ever possibly go through on earth. It's all of that combined together, and probably even worse, right? We see that even on earth, we have this thing called common grace, where God allows the rain to fall on the righteous and the unrighteous. He has this common grace for everyone on earth, but in hell, that won't be the case. It will just be evil. And so we're going to be talking about that. We're also going to be talking about a parable from Jesus, where Jesus talks about a rich man and a poor man named Lazarus. And he talks about how this rich man, he has everything he wants on earth, and he only focuses on himself, he's selfish, and he's just focusing on wealth. And the poor man focused on God, and he didn't have everything that the rich man had on earth. But when they both died, we see that Lazarus, the poor person, was in heaven, and the rich person was in hell, because all he focused on was things that elevated himself and not God. And we see that the poor person, Lazarus, he elevated God above anything else. And so we see that there's this difference here, and it ends up with the rich man saying, go tell my relatives, the people that I know, my family, go tell them not to live like I lived, because I don't want them to end up here. And this is how Jesus ended that parable, with that sort of call to action for the rich man who was in hell. And the goal for talking about what hell will be like is ultimately to bring us to praise. To bring us to praise for the reality that God actually saved us from that we are on a trajectory for hell, that our current destination, our destination without God, our destination by not being a Christian, is going towards hell, right? That we don't automatically just go towards heaven, that we're going towards hell, and that when we put our trust in Jesus, when we allow God to take control of our life, that God actually takes us out of that and He rescues us from hell and brings us towards heaven. And so now as believers, we have the ability to live an everlasting life with God in heaven. And that's something to rejoice about. And so ultimately, our talk and our lesson about hell should ultimately lead us to praise that is not our end reality. So we're going to be talking about all this and so much more this week. See you soon.